Hey, this is Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you're watching Hometalk. For this technique, I am going to be using a green vinyl tape. You don't have to. It actually is fine if you use a clear tape. Let me show you. I've got like a really thin clear tape, but it's harder to see on camera. So we're gonna use this lovely bright dark green vinyl tape so you can see that grid technique. Now I don't start right in the middle. I start slightly off from the middle, and we're gonna line it up this way first, and then we're gonna take our tape and go the other way. All right, grid is done. So now we're gonna start picking out our greenery. I'm going to go with a yellow toned greenery. And what I mean by that is the undertone is kinda got a yellow feel to it. There's blue undertones and yellow undertones typically with greenery. So these all have a yellow undertone going on. So they're all different, but they're all gonna mix and play really well together. So first thing we're gonna do is kind of create our base of greenery. Now with that, I am going to grab though this lovely piece. This is a plum blossom kind of looking flower. And the reason why I want to use this is it has some great like texture and flow and all the fun stuff. So I'm going to cut off a little bit of this. So we're going to just clip these off one by one. I'm going to give this one a little bit of a longer tail, and we'll just play a little bit as we build. So this one I really, really like. At first, it definitely is going to, like, things are gonna move and groove and not necessarily stay in place. The more you fill into this though, the more it'll start staying in place the way that you want it. So just gotta find the right spot for where I want that. Okay, yeah, I'm liking where this is going. Not so upright, but more kind of flowing out that way. All right, let's see what else we can get kind of happening with our greenery then with this. So I've got some others that are kind of taller and can stand up a little bit. So we're gonna mix those in there too, so that we can really build out the shape that we're trying to achieve, which is starting to come to light now as I start working on it. So this is still kind of stands up, but it's definitely a little bit kind of stockier. I can really build the middle with this greenery. So we're gonna just kind of build this out, and I might actually trim some of these to be a little bit shorter because the center doesn't need to be super tall. It's really, we're gonna kind of keep this low and this like elongated. So we're just filling in. So that's where this grid comes super in handy. You just kind of fill in the spots with the grid. So we've got the base of greenery is starting to be filled in. This is super long and flowy as well. This is a bleached ruscus. Now this is a preserved, was a real greenery piece and now is dried. So I don't have as much control as far as like making it do what I want it to. I don't have wires to reshape it and stuff. So I definitely have to listen to the greenery of like how it wants to flow and how it wants to shape. And we'll see if this is how it wants to look. We'll add a couple more of these in here and we'll see. It's a little bit bright at the moment for me, but we're adding some other white filler in here too, so it might all flow together real well. We'll just have to see. Worst case, we put it in, we decide we hate it, and we take it out. Now, I've got a little bit more. If we decide we need to add more to it, we'll add more to it. Let's get adding some of this lovely white filler. And this is gonna give us like a huge explosion of just more. We're all about the more around here. Oh, look at that. So I also have this baby's breath, this faux baby's breath. Oh, one thing I'll note about this faux baby's breath, it comes with this other like little tube. Whoops. Oh, I ripped those off. That's okay. I'll use those for something else. But it comes with this little tube that normally, a little bit of strength, you can pull right off. Save these, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Whenever you get greenery that has something like that, if it's not necessary to show that in the piece that you're working with, save those for a rainy day. I'll show you the rainy day in just a second. All right, so I want to add some more of this kind of flowy baby's breath, much more like sprinkled in. but I want to add it. Maybe we'll get one in the center, but we've got a big explosion of this other like heather looking white filler, but I'll have a couple more pieces of this going as well. All right, now we get to the fun part. I mean, this is actually really fun for me, but we're gonna add our pop of color. So we're gonna be working with wood flowers. These are all already dyed, different variations of pink, peach, and red for Valentine's Day. All right, adding flowers. So I'm gonna say this is my front. I've got more of that pink kind of flower showing through, so I wanna feature that more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find like a really large flower that I love, and I'm going to kind of nestle, nuzzle, snuggle a lot of the flowers into the center base of this arrangement. And then we'll have some kind of cast flyaway pieces coming off the sides to go with the flow that we've already kind of had going already. This one's a little too long, so let's trim down that stem a little bit. I really want to get that nestled in there. There we go. Okay, lovely. And then this real big pink one. Again, I have a feeling this stem is going to be a little too long for what I want to do, so I'm going to just trim that. Okay. My pop of pink is in, and those are, this one's the last real bright one, so maybe we'll grab the other bright pink one and we'll pop it in the back. Okay. Super cute. And all of this is adjustable because we're not using foam. Well, even if we were using floral foam, you could still take things out and move things around. But I'm going to, it's a little bit easier with that grid technique to be able to take flowers in and out and all that fun stuff. And I only do have 2 punches of that like burgundy, so I'm going to be mindful when I'm placing those in. Now these lovely pink roses, I think we're going to use those to kind of trail and kind of go up the piece. And maybe we'll do that with a couple others as well. I'll do that one, and maybe, which other one? So remember those stems we set aside, those like little plastic tubes from other greenery? This is where those come super in handy. So what you're gonna do, and you can see like one I've already used before in the past, actually a couple of these. So what you do is just slide a stemmed flower already on there, and now you have a little bit more of a realistic looking stem. And that works really well for these kind of, where you have something that's trailing off and a big part of the stem is gonna be seen, so that you're not seeing just a really thin piece of wire. It gives a little bit more of a realistic look. So let's trail a couple of these. We're gonna do, and then you can, the tubes adjust well with the wires in them too, so you can adjust how they're sitting as well. All right, and then, so we've got 2 over there. Let's grab one over here, and let's be a little bit different. Let's see if I can get that. Maybe I need that to be a little bit of a longer stem. I really would like one to go up, right? Where everything else is kind of going down. I really want something up to like throw off a little bit, but I think we'll have to do that with these because these are longer stems, and I'm not gonna re-stem this one for right now. You could though. I really do love making these kind of more organic, go with the flow, let the materials tell you what to do type of arrangements. They're so much fun. And with that grid technique, it makes it so much easier. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and I'll see you right here on Hometalk for another tutorial.